Ethereum is one of the clearest charts in the market right now. Could double in price over the next couple of months. Let me show you what I'm seeing. It might be telling the tale for the Bitcoin market. Stick around. All right, what's going on YouTube? Welcome to the Jim of All Trades channel. I'm glad you made it by. My name's Jim. I am a crypto trader and a Forex trader here to help you understand the market from an Elliott Wave perspective, guys. If there's one chart that looks like it's kind of telling the tale, it's Ethereum, guys. Let's take a peek at the Ethereum. It might be giving us a little bit of a glimpse for where the market might be going in the short term and the wave shapes that we can expect to see in the near future. Don't forget, not here to give you financial advice. I'm just going to show you my perspective from an Elliott Wave perspective. Let me turn the light on. There we go. I'm a little dark. I hope that helps. All right, let's jump into the charts, guys. So, all right, now again, we're going to talk about what I'm seeing and the potentials from here. Elliott Wave traders don't predict the future. We just simply show you the potential and wave structures that could play. And when you see one beginning to develop over another, you can take trades based on those wave structures. That's what we're doing. We're not here to predict the future, guys. I'm just showing you some of the signs I'm seeing in the chart. The very first thing I see, which is really, really important on the 1 hour chart, is this hidden bullish divergence. Okay, so on the Ethereum, you've got a correction that came down. It is a beautiful correction. It is what we call a WXY, where you've got a zigzag down to the downside, 3 waves. You got 3 waves back up and then another zigzag down. It's a double zigzag, double WXY correction. With that correction came a reset of the RSI on the 1 hour chart with hidden bull divergence, which looks really, really good. So in other words, that's saying, hey, listen, the sellers have done their duty. They've done what they're going to do. Now the buyers are ready to come back in. We got an impulse off the bottom of that correction, and we're getting a little bit of a pullback here. So the question is, what's happening from here? Well, there's a couple of things that could be taking place here on the short time frame, and we'll look at the macro in just a minute. Short time frame here, guys, what could happen here is we could get a complex correction in which we have you've got the first move up was an A, we get a B, and we get a C wave back to the upside. That ABC could break the top, or it doesn't have to break the top, either one, but we could get an ABC. That's what I'm personally trading at the moment. I'm long from this kind of structure here with the stop just below the last low, so really good risk reward here. Looking for maybe a potential flat where we get a 3 wave to the downside, and then you get a 3 wave to the upside that could break the top or not break the top. It doesn't matter. And then looking for another move to the downside. If you get a structure like this, then what that's doing on the larger time frame is correcting the chart, which we look at the 4 hour chart, you can see the divergence being made here. Okay, you got a wave 4 and you spiked for a wave 5, and now we're getting a larger correction, it seems. Okay, and there's divergence between wave 3 and wave 5 there, wave 3 and wave 5 here, and you got the 4 hour coming down. So what the way it would play on the RSI, we get a little spike on this spike, and then we'd get a move back down to finish. And what that would do on the 4 hour is reset the RSI down here and give us hidden bullish divergence again on the 4 hour, meaning we're ready to start up for a larger move to the upside, which could be followed by what we call an extended 5th wave. I would then look at the Ethereum something like this. If that played 1, 2, all of this was wave 3 to right here. This is a larger wave 4 correction, and then we get a wave 5. And what that is that's 5 waves potentially in wave 3. Okay, so in other words, zoom out again to the 8 hour, and what you'd see is 1, 2, that's 3. We'd be looking for 4 and maybe another extended 5th, 5, something like that. And there you go, guys. And that's how we get an A, B, C correction. Gets us back up to this order block zone here in this structure zone on the chart where there was a lot of liquidity, a lot of price action, a lot of resistance up there. And that gets us up there. We pull the fibs on Ethereum, and you'll notice that the 1-to-1 gets us to the bottom of the wave, and you can see the different stops we can make along the way. Now, this 3 could come up a little higher than I've got it drawn, whatever. And this is just a proposed idea for the way this wave could play out. But certainly, the chart really, really looks good for a move back to the upside. Overall, my count for Ethereum is I'm looking at it like this, getting a W. This is going to be an X wave, looking for a Y wave back down to take the lows out again. Could get all the way down to $400, $200. Again, before it's all said and done, it doesn't have to go quite that low, but let's pull the fibs on that guy. And it also depends on how high this X wave gets. This could get a lot higher than I've got it drawn. In fact, I would like it probably, I'd love to see it get up here to the 2618, get up to about $4,000, but I think $3,000 is probably a pretty decent target zone roughly in this area. That's also probably the 618 retrace. Let's take a peek at that and see where the retrace is there. Boom. Yeah, 35 even isn't a bad target zone to watch out for. So let's watch 3,000 to 35. If this continues in a bullish fashion, that's what I'm looking for Ethereum eventually. Now, again, I've just proposed a potential wave perspective that continues the bullishness but gives you a correction. Now, it doesn't mean it's going to play. I don't know what's going to play. I'm not here to predict the future, just showing you wave structure that we're watching as it develops. And right now, the ETH chart seems to be one of the clearest potentially, unless things develop a little differently and change between now and when this posts. Okay? So that said, I'd love this to get up here a little higher. Let's see, where would that bring us? Yeah, the 786, in that case, if we got up a little higher, 786 would bring us down to $350, something like that, which would be a decent target for a WX, for a Y wave down to the downside. That's the way I'm thinking about it. Of course, this always, let's see, let me remove my drawings. There we go. Of course, this could be a reversal out of here. I don't think so. We didn't come down to support, really. The real support is down here at $200, $400, guys. That's where real support is. So I would expect this to continue playing to the upside, eventually, you know, breaking out and getting some momentum going. You know, but it needs a correction, and I think it's in the middle of a little bit of a correction. But guys, don't hold your breath for a lot of downside from here, guys. I believe the Bitcoin market and Ethereum in particular. I mean, well, not just Ethereum in particular, but the crypto space is going to be actually making a wave that kind of moves, kind of blows your mind. It's going to get everybody super, super bullish the way it goes up, and then all of a sudden, it's going to start selling off again for the final thrust down to the downside. That gives the market makers and the powers that be time to get their CBDCs ready. Because, guys, that's what they're rolling out. We know that that's what they're rolling out. And they're going to push us to the CBDCs. We don't want them, but that's what's coming in the future. It's a crypto winter that's going to lead us to central bank digital currencies, and who knows, you know, what that means for the rest of crypto. Obviously, we know that the coins that have utility are going to be the ones that last. Ethereum is one of those. I think is going to be one of the ones that last because it's got major utility and major investments going on in Ethereum. So I'm a big Ethereum fan when it comes to utility, and I like trading it as well. So this is what I'm seeing in Ethereum. I might give you some ideas. Guys, this isn't a signal to go long with all your money in the world. I've got certain signals and certain setups that I look for, and I've kind of alluded to that here in this particular video, that I look for in the 1 hour chart and the 4 hour chart before I take trades, guys. If you want to learn that system, I invite you into the Discord, teach you everything I know, and teach you my signature trade setup, which just works so often so well. So love to have you in there. And you'd be part of a good community. We're just a good bunch of guys. We had a Bible study last night. It was awesome. I'm going to be sharing that Bible study for anybody interested, because we're talking about crypto and what does the Bible have to say potentially about the financial system of the future. We talked about that last night. So that was pretty pretty interesting, and how that financial system might point to the end of time, as God has predicted in the Word of God. Now, if you're not a believer, I totally grab that. I understand that there's a lot of skepticism out there, but you might consider, if you see a Bible study posted, you might at least consider what's said. Read it. Maybe nobody's ever explained it to you or shown you from the Bible those things that are coming. But nonetheless, I'm probably going to post those sometime today or tomorrow. Got to do a little editing as far as the beginnings of those and whatnot. But anyway, we just got a great Discord, great bunch of guys, and we come from all walks of life, from all over the world. Great place to be. You want to learn how to trade and be a part of an awesome community? We'd invite you into the Discord. Just join my Patreon down in the link below in the description. We'll get you in there. With that said, this is kind of what I'm looking for, guys. Just probably a corrective way. We're probably correcting here, guys. So probably WXY right in here. Probably W, going to get an X up here, then a Y, or an ABC potentially, and then up we go. I guess I should probably leave you with a counter argument to that, and that is we haven't invalidated the 1 2 1 2 to the downside. That if the market wants to go 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2, if this rolls over and takes a dive from here, which I think is possible, right? It is definitely a possibility. Is it more likely? I don't know how likely it is, but it's possible. That's not invalid. And that would be part of maybe a larger correction, in which case we would see maybe this would be an A wave. We get a B wave and a C wave back down to the downside. This is probably an alternate count that I'm watching for as well. If we get something like this, okay, people are going to get a little bit more bearish, but I would look at that as a 1 2 1 2, which is still very bullish, okay? But we may be in a longer term correction and deeper than I have allowed for in my first idea that I shared. So watch out for both of those, guys, but I believe we're in a correction, looking for higher targets over the next several months eventually. You got to wait for the right setup to take that long, but be careful, guys. There is divergence. We are in a correction. Down is the direction for now in general, though today may be an up move, and I am trading that long personally, that up move, because I'm seeing it in the charts a little bit, at least the possibility of a low risk, give it a go. So anyway, with that said, y'all have a fantastic day. Drop a like, guys, subscribe, and share the love in the comments. You guys don't know how much those comments mean to YouTubers. We always ask for them. The comments and likes and subs are just a blessing. It keeps the content coming, keeps us motivated, and gives us a reason to continue bringing the content. So would you do that if you like the content? If you haven't subbed already, go ahead and do those things. That would just bless my world. And with that said, y'all have a fantastic day. Bye-bye.